Hello everyone, welcome to the Northern Penguin. I made this video special for a birthday girl, and it is going to be a fun little birthday drawing for her and her friends to do, but it is also for anyone else who finds it. You are going to need to have out your black crayon and your white piece of paper. In the birthday kit, there are also pencils, so you can draw in pencil first and then outline in black. I'm just using the black first because I want you to be able to see it on my paper really clearly. You're also going to need some watercolors and a little bit of water for after, and a paintbrush. So to get started, we're going to draw our penguin in the middle, and then I will show you how to make a northern sky with a neat little technique of leaving white lines between. So let's get started. We're going to draw a circle for our penguin's head. Remember, you can start out in pencil if you like. I'm just doing this so that you can see it better. Now I'm going to add a face detail. So I'm going to come down from the side. Each side is going to come down to a point, and then I'm going to color this in. And this is just going to be make our penguin's head black. And if you've ever studied penguins, you know that some penguins actually have yellow and orange. Some of them have like crazy yellow hair. Look up the macaroni penguin. It is so cute. Okay, so we'll color that in, and then we're gonna put two eyes like that. And then we're gonna do his beak like that, just a triangle. And you can color that in with orange crayon, or I'll show you how you can add some paint to that. Now I'm going to do his body, and his body just comes down like this. Penguins are such cute animals. I like drawing them in a kind of a fluffy way. And then I'm going to put his flippers on. And that's his two arms. They're called flippers. I'll color those in. Now, you could actually color him all black, but I think penguins look really cute when they have a white belly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna color my flippers in, and then I'm gonna kind of just give him a little bit of a border of black around his belly and color that in. And just make sure that you go all the way around. Like that. And then I'm also going to add his feet on the bottom. I'm just going to do just some feet like this on the bottom, because then I can take my paint and kind of do like a nice little detail in there. And then basically that's all you need. I did think he would look cute standing on a little iceberg, so you can make like a little jagged line on either side. And now we're ready for our paint. Let's do a little bit more in there. So with your watercolors, what you want to make sure is that you are, just want to have this in the screen too, that when you use them, so let's start with the orange. I'm going to disturb the paint, which means I'm going to work it, but you don't want to put your brush and like scrub it, because that's going to really wreck your brush. So put it on its side and just move it around until you feel like you've got not too soupy, but also not too dry. That's the thing with watercolor. You really have to play around with it, because if you don't have enough water, it makes it scratchy on your page. And if you have too much, then you don't get a very vibrant color. So I'm just going to dab in here, and that looks, oh, I think that looks really nice. And I'm not gonna be too picky if it comes out of the lines. And get into his feet. And I really like how that little pop of color really contrasts with the white. And then all of this is gonna be colored, so that's gonna look really nice too. Now to wash my brush, I'm just gonna put it in the water and kind of make sure I got all that orange off. Now this is where I'm gonna do the sky. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a color, so it doesn't have to be blue. I'm actually gonna try this green color because I think it's kind of a bluey green when it goes on anyway. Kind of like a teal, but it looks like a forest green too when you look at it like this. But I think there's a little blue in it. That makes it a little more teal. Okay, so I'm just going to do whatever feels natural to me. And that is the kind of line I'm going to make, and then I'm gonna color it in up to the top. You can go side to side. If you decide to kind of go every which way, kind of just makes your sky look a little more windy. That's okay though. So I'm just gonna come in here and paint in there. So I've got a nice little shape going on right there. It always turns out different, and if you want, you can kind of play around afterwards with the border. But now, once I have this, I want to choose another color. I don't want it to be, I kind of want it to stand out different than the color that I've chosen. So whatever color, if you choose red, don't do pink next. Do something that is away from that color. And I think orange is away from this color. But watch carefully, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a bit of a white line. And you'll notice that you can decide how far away it is, but just leave a bit of a white line there. And then just run it here and up here. And remember that if your lines touch, that is okay too. I just wanted to show you this because I think it looks really neat when there's a bit of a border in between. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide how far I want this to come down and then paint it in, and then I can kind of make these a little more neat in here, or closer if I want. So I'm gonna go like this. And I'm gonna paint this all in. And then I'm gonna decide if I need to get a little more careful up top there. So you just keep working away on yours, and remember, if you need a minute, if you need the video paused or rewound to take a closer look, that's the nice thing about having these on YouTube, is you have the freedom of going at your own pace. Okay, so I'm gonna go like this, and then I'm just gonna move it closer to me so I can use the tip of my brush, almost like a pencil, and I'm just gonna take it a little bit closer, because I don't know, for mine, I just kind of want a thin orange line, but I know that that can be tricky, so don't get upset if it starts to touch your other color. Just let it kind of take shape the way that your brush goes. You can see that mine's not perfectly even, but it does leave a neat border. I'm just gonna go like that, and I think I'll leave that like that for now. I'm gonna add, now I'm gonna add more of a pinky purpley color, because I haven't done that color yet. So go into the, actually, you know what? No, I don't want the purple. I'm gonna take this one right here. And I'm gonna do the same thing and come close, but not too close, because I can come back into it. So I'm just working this paint. I don't want it to be too dry. I want to make sure that I get a nice vibrant color. And there's no, you don't have to copy the shape that I'm doing. It's all kind of just what, I don't really have a plan in place for this guy. I'm just letting the brush do the work. I'm gonna go like this and try this shape, see what I think. That's pretty. I think that looks pretty. So I'll continue on the other side. And I might even just keep it straight till I have it all colored in, and then I can kind of curve it a bit up there. Now, the nice thing about working with crayons and watercolors is that the crayon does resist the paint, but you still want to be careful because we did not crayon the white on the face, so your watercolor will go on the face. But I mean, maybe you want to paint your penguin's face blue. You know, everyone's got their own creative touch. But I did choose sort of the simple penguin with a colorful background, because when you're working with two things, like a penguin and a sky, one of them, it really stands out if one of them is colorful and one is more simple. So that's why we didn't make the, if I had put a lot of, like say a hat and a scarf on the penguin, then I would have made the sky really plain so that it would contrast. Okay, so that's good. Now I'm going to do the finer detail, which is to come up a little bit closer, use the end of my brush, and if it touches, it touches, because even if you're doing this as colors touching, it's gonna be a really pretty sky. And once it's dry, it's gonna dry completely different. Okay, so I've got that, and then I'm thinking that it would look really nice to have some yellow, just something a little more bright. So I'm gonna work my yellow paint in, and then I'm gonna come around like this. Oops. As you can see, I did a little touch, but I'm not gonna be too hard on myself there. I'll just leave it as is. Okay, there you go. And then I'm gonna go and get a little bit closer. And then I can do the other side. Yeah, I like how that's coming together. You really can't go wrong with your color combinations. Everybody loves a rainbow sky, so that's kind of what we got going on here. Okay, and then I'll put this on. And then I think I'll try, I don't have any blue on here, and I think it's kind of missing some blue. So I'm gonna work this blue here, this darker blue, and use that near the bottom. And kind of paint that in. There we go. Wow, that really made it pop, didn't it? This is a nice blue. Okay, come around here. And you can see on mine that the crayon is resisting the watercolor. It's really neat to watch when you work with crayons and watercolor. I love how that does that. Okay, so then I have room for one more color. And I think what I'm gonna use is more of this light green, yeah. And I'll come down here and kind of squish it in a bit. I'm gonna leave my iceberg white, although, you know, you're making a rainbow, you could paint that too, but I really like how the color bounces off the white. It makes that white pop. And there you go, that's the northern penguin. Penguin with a northern sky. The other thing that I wanted to show, because in the birthday kit I had added some driftwood and some black and white paint and these googly eyes. So I'm just gonna talk quickly about how to paint this guy. All I did was I painted his belly white, and then I put black paint all the way around, even on the sides, just because I thought that kind of looked like his little flippers. And then I let it dry, and then, which shouldn't take too long, and if you need it to dry quicker, you can just use a blow dryer and dry him up. And then you just do a dab for the nose and 2 dabs for the feet. And you can glue your eyes on it, it's really cute. So for the birthday kit, you'll have different frames in there. You get to pick out your own frame, and you'll probably have your frame more this way. And then you can glue this guy standing up here. This was just a photo frame though, and that's why I have it this way. So hopefully you guys take a picture together and then put it on this background. Okay, well, have a great day, a great birthday, and if you've just found this video and you're doing it, I hope you're having a great day too. Bye.